getting clear on what you want is kind of an uncomfortable thing. And so one of the things that I also talk about in my book are lies that we tell ourselves that prevent knowing what we want. So a couple of things. First of all, we have to realize that everything that we think is not necessarily true. You can't believe everything you think. So I really encourage women to get away from this litany of thoughts that's running through your head that causes you to evaluate what you want, right? Do I deserve it? Is it appropriate? What will people think of it? How will they judge it? Because if you believe those thoughts to be true and you cater to those thoughts and further to those feelings that are associated with them, you'll never get to what you want. Or you'll say it out loud and then you'll think it's stupid or it's not, you shouldn't have it, and you'll walk away from it. So the first thing I encourage women to do in my book is to get real clear on what your thoughts really are. And, your thoughts are not reality. And then I encourage them to get really clear on what your feelings are. And your feelings are not facts. And not that they're not real, they are real, but but leaning into that, this idea that my thoughts are in control and my feelings are in control will keep you from what you want. So you have to be able to see, that what you want clearly. Now, a lot of women can't get there. They just don't know how to get what they want. And one of the things I love, I don't know, are you familiar at all with Louise Hay?
Yes.
So Louise Hay, one of the things that she promotes is mirror work. And it's kind of confronting for some people. It's kind of awkward. But if women can get to the point where they can look at themselves in the mirror, look at themselves in the face, look into your own eyes and ask yourself what you want. If you can show up at the mirror every day, I have a beautiful friend named Yada Golden who's a relationship coach, and she uses this as well. But if you can go to the mirror and you can say, hey, listen, what do you want? Hey, gorgeous, right? Address yourself in a way where you smile and you look at yourself and just like you're a friend, just like you'd ask your teenage daughter what she wants or your spouse what he wants or your boss or all the people we've been serving forever, right? What do you want, right?
Ask the most important person.
Yeah.
What do you want?
And when you look in the mirror, and address yourself, look deep into your own eyes and smile and just keep going back. Just keep going back and asking the question again and again and again. And the answer will eventually come. And I really encourage women at this point in our lives to do a big, hairy, scary thing. Because what's going to fulfill you for the second 40 years, or the second 30 years of your, the next 30 years of your life needs to be challenging and inspiring and something, I think there's a lot of talk these days about find your passion. And I don't know so much about that, but I think we've all probably wanted something big in our lives up to this point that we haven't gotten. And so being honest about that and saying, hey, you know what? I want to start a business, or I want to start a nonprofit, or I want to do some big physical feat. I want to run a marathon or do an Ironman, or I want to travel the world, or things that are big. And I want to write a book. I want to start a blog. I want to put myself out there in a new way. I want to go back and get a degree. There are big things that we want. And really leaning into that and saying, how will I be fulfilled and how will I be challenged and how can I put myself in a position to be a beginner again and look at the world fresh and anew is just really beneficial to joy and happiness, I think, at this age.